Trump has
Trump can do something for the Christians, because I know Trump is one of the constituents of Mission 25, I think, in Texas. They are good Christians. They are good ministries. Their objectives is to pray for Christians, to pray for Israel,
and are doing what they are doing. Why is Nnamdi Kanu's case different? Because he's an Igbo man, or is it because they just like to just marginalize the Igbos? What's your take as regards?
Okay, you see, what happened was that the Igbos in diaspora, I mean in America, Igbo army, Igbo soldiers in American army, they come out in their large number reporting Tinubu administration. Actually, they mentioned Tinubu as a hater of Igbo, because Kanu was illegal rendition from Nairobi, Kenya. Though Tinubu was not the one, but it was Buhari. But what Tinubu would have done is immediately he takes over the position of presidency in 2023, he would have released the innocent man. But Tinubu just released Igbo, Sunday Igbo, because Yoruba man cannot wake up and see Igbo man. No, Yoruba man hate Igbo man with passion. I'm saying the truth now. If Obi could be the president, Igbo will never rot in jail. Look at Tinubu. Demon. See, let me tell you. They reported Tinubu administration to United States of America lawmaking body, Capitol. They went there with Igbo elites in America, inciting, their annoyance, trying to tell American lawmakers that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was illegally arrested in Nairobi, Kenya, after he actually absconded, escaped from military onslaught on his father's palace in 2017. They rearrested him in Nairobi, Kenya, accusing him of inciting war. What did he do? He suggested that everybody should use gun to defend himself, that Fulani has come to kill everybody in Nigeria. And that is what is trending now, nationwide. Theophilus Danjuma, Yakubu Gowon, Director General of DSS, everybody, all these men are stakeholders in Nigerian political system today. They were just, giving examples, telling people to arm themselves for self-defense, because Fulani has actually taken over our farmlands, the whole forest, the whole bush in southwest, southeast, south, mid-belt, core north, northeast, all over Nigeria today. Fulani has taken over everywhere, and they are dangerously armed. That's why everybody is preaching for self-defense. Defending yourself, how do you do it? You procure arms. You can buy arms. Yes, AK-47, if you could. Lay your hands on double barrel, or what do you call it? Pump action. To avoid Fulani incursion. They can come anytime. You see incursion going on in Benue, Taraba, and Plateau State. It was a well-orchestrated plan, if you ask me, sponsored by the then administration of Buhari, and nobody asked or questioned Buhari. Today, if you look at the way they operate, you will actually understand that government has hand there. Not federal government, it might be not. The Northern Forum. Some of the Fulani elites in the north, they actually want to grab by force the landmass of Plateau State. That's why there is much secret killing, much open killing in the mid-belt, so that they will occupy that land by force, which is why Theophilus Danjuma is crying, General Gowon is crying, and is remembering today, memorizing what Ojukwu said in April 1968 of Fulani incursion that must actually come. Ojukwu suggested it, he speculated it, he predicted it, and actually in annoyance, it was a curse that he laid on Gowon and his kinsmen. And today you see how Fulani has actually taken over the whole mid-belt. How many were killed last weekend in Benue State? 68. How many were killed in Enugu State? 62. How many were killed this weekend though in Plateau State? 52. The deaths toll increases on daily basis. What have we done to Fulanis? Has anybody been able to arrest one Fulani man? Only Igbo man. They went to Nairobi, arrested him. Only Igbo boys. They always go to Anambra State and arrest them. Only Igbo boys. All over Ebonyi State, Abia State, and Imo. Nigerian government and police will go there and arrest them. They allow Fulani to actually annihilate, disalive, and Kpai all Nigerians, so that Fulani will take over everywhere. Go to Nigerian police headquarters, Abuja, Fulani. Go to Kaduna, NDA, Defense Academy, Fulani. Go to all the barracks across Nigeria, Fulani. That's why it is a systematic what? incursion, what designed to Islamize Nigeria. And when they succeed on taking over the whole Nigeria, they will come out with their arms, buy everybody, and seize the land. Nigerians, wake up. Igbo man, wake up. Yoruba man, wake up. Stop eating pomo and blockotors. You too like party. Wake up. Fulani is on rampage.
What do you want them to do?
Yoruba man should brace it up that war
Or
is
do you
war.
think it's not affecting them?
No, it's affecting them. It's affecting them. Too much of pomo and blockotors. It's affecting them.
Because I think the middle belt and the south are mostly or most affected by this.
Yes, but they are at Ondo Forest. They are in Ogun State, everywhere. Ibadan Express, they are there buying farmers. How many farmers were killed in Ondo last week? 4. I'm not telling lies. How many were killed at St. Augustine, Owo? The same Fulani, they go they tell lies, say unknown government. How could unknown government enter church, house of God, and start killing people? These are Islamists. These are terrorists sponsored by Fulani Janjaweeds. And nobody said anything until 16 hunters, terrorists, were intercepted at Oromi, Edo State. Sultan of Sokoto run with annoyance, come to Bini, Oba of Bini Palace, threatening Oba, threatening the whole Oromi community. El-Rufai run berserk and mad, start to vomit bullshit from his acid-filled mouth. Yes. Emir of Sokoto was mad over what actually happened to those bloody terrorists called hunters, animals. And now that Igbos died in their large number after the interception at Edo State of hunters, now that Ondo farmers were killed and Kpai, now that everybody is dying in Taraba this weekend and Benue, many people were maimed and killed by Fulani militias. Have you heard from Sadano Sokoto? Have you heard from Emir of Kanu? No, they are all actually orchestrating Islamization process in Nigeria, and they are being crafty and subtle like snake or serpent. Nigeria should wait, because docility has been the worst, let me say, disease infested Nigeria in the recent times. It is the right time everybody should wake up. Let's join hands together and make sure that the Fulani abscond out of this country.
But do you think if Trump interferes with the killings, consistent killings of Christians in Nigeria and the release of Nnamdi Kanu, do you think that it can make it happen for the Christians and Nnamdi Kanu? Do you think Trump
can do something for the Christians? Because I know Trump is one of the constituents of Mission 25, I think, in Texas. They are good Christians. They are good ministries. Their objectives is to pray for Christians, to pray for Israel. When Israel was subjected to conflict at Gaza, by this Hezbollah, Hamas, IS, Yemen, those IS from Syria. Trump was among prayer warriors that actually prayed Israel into victory. Yes, that man is a wonderful man. US president is a great man. He was among the people that prayed Israel, state of Israel, into victory that they actually, had today over all their adversaries in the Middle East. Trump mean business. Trump is gonna actually save Nigerian Christians from this bloody pogrom that has lasted for over 10 years now. Trump is gonna give us the best solution. Trump means business about Christians. He's not happy the way Christians are being killed and maimed on a daily basis in Nigeria. Federal government is about, to even indicate that they are in charge. No trouble, no insurgency can last for 24 hours in Nigeria, I know, before. Because Nigeria is a serious country. Any crisis that lasted for more than 24 hours in Nigeria, government, politicians are behind that. So that's it. The only solution is Mr. Trump. President Trump is coming with his, at least, military operation. There are many places, hideouts of the terrorists in the northern Nigeria that are marked for attack. And American military operation, they must embark on that very soon. So that at least the fortress of ISWAP, Boko Haram, ISIS in the northern region will be thoroughly, let me say, reduced to minimal stage.
Thank you. Enough is enough. We are here. Enough is enough. Thank you. They are playing politics with people's lives. They don't want into this ground. With that armor, with that ammunition. We are to cop this very particular area within a tinkle of a second. I know what kind of us can do. Good or fine. I know what kind of us can do. Good to go. How many parties are inside this bush? Good to go. Playing politics. They are playing politics with people. Big men are eating money at the pub there.
Saying that we should not even do
that we should not go after them. That is for me. Okay. This is the full information for you people.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You spoke well.
Yes.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Yes.
Big time.
I'm not a coward.
I'm an ex-soldier, Sandra.
Oh,
so
good.
it's just the Nigerian soldier,
Yeah.
Sandra.
Yeah.
She's a mess. I was in the battalion,
Okay.
and we were fighting Boko Haram, Sandra.
Okay.
We went to war.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a left-handed person,
Okay.
so I'm a sniper. I was one of the best sniper.
Okay.
So I was shooting, no morale, nothing, no pay, no means of communication to my family. My father thought I was dead.
Oh.
I was fighting, I was shooting. One of our soldiers shot me, Sandra, on my ribs.
Oh my
Sandra.
God.
Shot me on my ribs. They said in Hausa, it means that I kill people too much. I was fighting, Sandra. They shot a woman and her daughter. I was trying to save her second child, Sandra. I was running. They shot me, Sandra. I was barely breathing. It takes the grace of God for me to survive.
No, I'm sorry. They shot you on purpose?
They shot me on purpose. They say I too they kill people. They said in Hausa,
I don't understand what that means. You too they kill people. What does that mean?
It means I kill Boko Haram too much, Sandra, because I was one of the best snipers, Sandra. I don't miss my shots. I'm a left-handed. I don't miss my shots. That's what they said. No morale, nothing. No pay. Sometimes. No pay, Sandra. We'll just fight. They need to investigate them, Sandra.
Did you retire did you retire?
Sandra, I resigned.
Okay.
I wrote a letter and I resigned. I don't want to do the job again. I don't want to serve the land again. I don't want. It's really, really pathetic, Sandra, in that army. There's a lot of fraud things happening in the army, Sandra. I don't know. Seriously. They need to investigate the Nigerian army, Sandra. A lot of things. You see, when people are fighting, they're killing Boko Haram, Sandra, somebody from nowhere will just shoot and just kill the best shooter there. Just for him to die, because maybe they are gaining from there economically. For him to just die and to stop shooting people for there.
That's a very strong allegation. You're making very strong allegations.
It is true. They shot two of my friends. I will send you evidence. I follow you on Twitter. I will send you evidence. They shot two of my friends. They are dead now, Sandra. They shoot you. You will go. These people gain. I'm telling you.
It's a very popular picture that was taken during the Biafra War. The boy on your left, his name is Nonso, and he was just 14 years old. While the one on your right is Tochuko, 16 years old. They were both teenagers forced to join the Biafra army to participate in the fight during the war. The picture was said to be taken in Umuahia on the 31st of August 1968 when the Nigerian troops were advancing, and sadly both of them died in action. I really felt for them because they knew nothing at the time, and to me they are heroes. May their soul continue to rest in peace. Although this war ended over 50 years ago, but the impact is still deeply being felt in Nigeria till today.
Fellow citizens, at the center of this political banditry is the motor park brand of politics, nurtured by the old brigade politicians, and in recent times by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Mr. President, it is through your influence that the Nigerian National Assembly has become a haven for legislative rascality. Mr. President, it's under your watch that the National Assembly has become an extension of the executive, grossly violating the principles of separation of powers and rubber stamping the whims and caprices of your office, all while singing the international anthem of psychoviolence on your mandate, we shall stand. Mr. President, thanks to your political machinations, Nigeria is now bedeviled by a captured National Assembly, the most ineffective in its checks and balances role since the start of the Fourth Republic. In 2006, the Fourth National Assembly had the audacity to reject the tenure extension bid of a sitting president. In 2010, the Sixth National Assembly summoned the courage to stand against the power hijacking cabal and restore Nigeria to the path of constitutionality by invoking the doctrine of necessity. In 2011, the House of Representatives of the Seventh National Assembly had the courage to elect its leaders, as did the Senate of the Eighth National Assembly in 2015, defying executive interference. This National Assembly, the 10th, has by its unconstitutional endorsement of the president's abuse of powers proven to be the most spineless in our recent history. Through its actions and inactions, the National Assembly has in effect become the 48th member of the president's cabinet. Why? The renewed hope upon which the president rode to power began to dwindle from day one, with the mishandling of such sensitive transactions as the fuel subsidy and exchange rate regimes, and even the coup in Niger. Within a year and a half of this administration, the implementation of the otherwise audacious economic policies triggered an avalanche of economic hardships for the Nigerian people. It led to excruciating food inflation, with over 1 million additional Nigerians thrown into severe food insecurity. It further led to an over 430% increase in fuel price as of October 2024. At the same time, Nigeria experienced the highest ever rate of currency depreciation and the lowest foreign direct investment record, going by data traced back to 2013, even as multinationals began to exit the country. To capture in data the despondency experienced by Nigerians as a result of the reforms, my attention was drawn to the misery index, which is the sum of unemployment and inflation rates. According to the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, NESG, Nigeria has one of the world's highest misery indexes, with many Nigerians experiencing a cost of living crisis and weak purchasing power due to rising inflation. Furthermore, a July 2024 report by the Financial Times describes the conundrum in these words. In the nearly 15 months since Bola Tinubu became president, he has forced his 220 million fellow Nigerians to swallow some bitter medicine. He removed the generous fuel subsidy, one of the few benefits citizens receive to enter free fall, fueling imported inflation and triggering the worst cost of living crisis in a generation. These measures have pushed tens of millions of already impoverished people deeper into misery. The stampede deaths in several cities at the end of 2024 were the most horrific climax to the economic hardships experienced by Nigerians. The heartbreaking reports of parents throwing their children over a fence in Ibadan to ensure access to charity food distribution, leading to the deaths of over 35 children, were tragically almost reminiscent of the biblical famine in Samaria, during which parents resorted to eating their own children for survival. While it is not in dispute that difficult economic reforms come with costs and are usually associated with periods of hardship, 4 essentials must be taken into consideration when driving reforms. Number 1, empathy, which means understanding and sharing in the plight of the people. Number 2, methodology, which indicates a systematic approach to deploying tools from the reform toolbox to cushion the biting effects of reforms. Number 3, transparency, which mandates governments to act openly and to carry the citizens along at every major decision point in the reform journey. And number 4, responsibility, which requires leaders to take the lead in bearing the difficult and painful impacts of reforms. I leave it to the consciousness of Nigerians and to the consciences of those in this administration entrusted with the fate of hundreds of millions of Nigerians to determine whether the President Tinubu-led government has sufficiently demonstrated these 4 essentials. However, while this address was not open,
ISIS will enter the zoo and charge. As I told you before, anything you hear on Radio Biafra is correct. I told you on this platform that they will come for you. You see, let me tell you one thing that people don't know because you don't know history. I forgive some of you because in your schools in the zoo they don't teach you anything. I want some people to actually go and sit down and study the history of Islam. Islam is the only religion that has never stopped growing. Islam is the only religion that has never stopped expanding through militancy and war. Others have stopped, only Islam. Islam believes in expanding through war, and that war is coming. Now, I must be put on record. I wanted to record this very broadcast and play it all the time for our people to also understand and listen very carefully. And I will say it tonight. And if you come to me in the future, I'll refer you to the broadcast of the 8th of June 2015. And that I made this very comment I'm about to make now at precisely 10 minutes to 8 p.m. in the evening. If ISIS comes down into the zoo, of course they are part of Boko Haram anyway, if they fall, not if they, because they are forged an alliance already, if they launch any attack with the name of ISIS on the zoo soil, if you come to us to give us weapons, I will decline it. I will allow them to kill all of you before we mount any counteroffensive. Let me tell you one thing that you don't understand. Some of you, you claim you went to school, but you didn't go to school. Because if you went to school, you will understand how Islam works. Islam is coming for you. They must come for you. It's a M-U-S-T, must. There is nothing anybody can do about it. Only you can defend yourselves. ISIS is coming, not just Boko Haram, but the real bad people that are coming. They need access to the oil, and they will get it to secure their financial base for their continued expansion within the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. The zoo is seen as pivotal, and Biafra land is where the resources that they're looking for is lying in. Some of you cannot reason, you cannot see very well because you're blind, but at least you're lucky. You're listening to Radio Biafra. Very, very lucky indeed. I'm telling you the truth. Or else I can in your blindness. It is that darkness we've come to shed light on that you can see properly. If they enter the zoo, I will not command this army. And I need guns and I have the men. I need guns and I need bullets. That's all we need. And then we win. I have been sounding this warning. I've been telling you, you think we are joking. They are coming. Your mothers will be raped. Your sisters will be married off as slaves. I'm telling you that now. Right as I speak, write it down. Biafra land will be decimated unless we equip this army to defend us. If we don't equip our army to defend us, in other words, if we don't march this year, it will be very difficult for us to recover. Forget all this nonsense. All these so-called pro-Biafra groups you're saying, Awasa brought them out to confuse you. Awasa brought them out. That is why they cannot say what we are saying or do what we're capable of doing. These are Awasa groups and you are not listening. That's now I want to. You are not listening. Because the devil has gone into all these idols that you worship. The devil has gone inside you to harden your heart, to blind your eyes that you can no longer see. That day I will tell you to remember the broadcast of the 8th of June 2015. I will tell you to go back to it. I need guns and I need weapons. If I don't have guns and bullets, the army of Biafra cannot defend your towns and villages. The sooner you get that into your thick skull, the better for everybody. You are black people, you don't reason, I know that for sure. But the sooner you take this very message seriously, the better for everybody. Or else you're finished. ISIS is coming. They will enter the zoo and Chad very, very shortly. Not as Boko Haram, they are coming in as their franchise and as their name dictates. ISIS is coming. If you like, you make haste while the sun is shining, or if you like, you can continue to be dumb and stupid. That is entirely up to you. I won't be there, but you'll be dead anyway. And Radio Biafra will not report it, and nobody will. If you like, you give us guns. If you like, you don't. We are trying to save you, not you saving us. ISIS will enter the zoo and Chad. As I told you before, anything you hear on Radio Biafra is correct. I told you on this platform that they will come for you. You see, let me tell you one thing that people don't know because you don't know history. I forgive some of you because in your schools in the zoo they don't teach you anything. I want some people to actually go and sit down and study the history of Islam. Islam is the only religion that has never stopped growing. Islam is the only religion that has never stopped expanding through militancy and war. Others have stopped, only Islam. Islam believes in expanding through war, and that war is coming. Now, I must be put on record. I wanted to record this very broadcast and play it all the time for our people to also understand and listen very carefully. And I will say it tonight. And if you come to me in the future, I'll refer you to the broadcast of the 8th of June 2015, and that I made this very comment I'm about to make now at precisely 10 minutes to 8 p.m. in the evening. If ISIS comes down into the zoo, of course they are part of Boko Haram anyway, if they fall, not if they, because they have forged an alliance already, if they launch any attack with the name of ISIS on the zoo soil, if you come to us to give us weapons, I will decline it. I will allow them to kill all of you before we mount any counteroffensive. Let me tell you one thing that you don't understand. Some of you, you claim you went to school, but you didn't go to school. Because if you went to school, you will understand how Islam works. Islam is coming for you. They must come for you. It's a M-U-S-T, must. There is nothing anybody can do about it. Only you can defend yourselves. ISIS is coming, not just Boko Haram, but the real bad people that are coming. They need access to the oil, and they will get it to secure their financial base for their continued expansion within the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. The zoo is seen as pivotal, and Biafra land is where the resources that they're looking for is lying in. Some of you cannot reason, you cannot see very well because you're blind, but at least you are lucky. You are listening to Radio Biafra. Very, very lucky indeed. I'm telling you the truth. Or else I can in your blindness. It is that darkness we've come to shed light on that you can see properly. If they enter the zoo, I will not command this army. And I need guns and I have the men. I need guns and I need bullets. That's all we need. And then we win. I have been sounding this warning. I've been telling you, you think we are joking. They are coming. Your mothers will be raped. Your sisters will be married off as slaves. I'm telling you that now. Right as I speak, write it down. Biafra land will be decimated. Unless